Hello everybody and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing week. Currently it is Tuesday and let's get right into the charts as Bitcoin is right now pushing very aggressively to the upside. As you can see today we had a fake out move towards the downside. Basically Bitcoin failed to sweep those lows right here and is right now putting in a higher high. You can see basically if we measure this trend right here, let me just get the right tool. Basically we are putting in a higher high and a bounce. Basically we are reclaiming the value area low of the range that we have been trading in since the beginning of July. Basically right now price is reclaiming this level, which is bullish for the short term, but if we look at it on a hard time frame like the daily, the possibility of a lower high is still in. Basically I want to see something like this happening. If we measure it, for example, like right here from the all-time high, we want to see somewhat of a structure break, either like this where we had the chance and we did not, we actually rejected from the EMAs, and right now we are potentially trying to push above those EMAs. Basically 116k is a very important level that we want to watch out for. Something also to look out for this pump is if we look at the long versus shorts ratios right now, we are having more sellers currently in the markets on the major exchanges than buyers, so potentially this is just a liquidation sweep. Also, if we look at the liquidation heat map, I have told you yesterday that we have liquidity building up towards the upside and potentially Bitcoin might squeeze to the upside to grab this liquidity. And also some other very interesting thing is that gold is pushing towards the downside very hard, finally dumping. You can see it had like a 6.8% of a move for the day, I think. Yeah, for the day, which is absolutely insane for gold. You can see after being oversold, overbought like the whole way up here on the RSI momentum, we are finally seeing that correction in gold. And basically Bitcoin, as you know, once gold is dumping, Bitcoin tends to be pumping, so it is playing out like from a textbook. Basically we want to see right now for Bitcoin, if we draw our Fibonacci, you can see 618 is basically 116k right here. 116.9, 117 is our POC where most of the volume is. Basically if price does something like this, it is very possible we want to see price actually break throughout here and then start pushing higher in order for us to consider a trend flip happening, basically a breakout of this consolidating range right here. But until then, as I said, I am remaining cautious. The altcoins are starting to move very nicely. Ethereum also pushing today the upside, 5 almost 6%. Hype is also trying to push towards the upside. Stocks are doing pretty well, basically almost at all-time high. Bitcoin dominance trying to push towards the upside, but we'll see what happens here. As you can see, I have been looking a lot on this chart in order to be able to track what altcoins are going to be doing. But as of right now, on the weekly, it is a very choppy price action on the Bitcoin dominance. As you can see, before we had a clear trend, and right now we are having some very choppy candles on the weekly time frame. On the daily, we are also very choppy. The dollar is trying also to push higher, so we might see some bearish movement for Bitcoin. We might see something like this happening, but it is very possible if we start gaining momentum and we actually get a breakout of this range right here, we might finally get our target. Basically, Bitcoin might start running again towards our target of $150,000, which would basically be another 32% pump to the upside. Basically, this is my target for the year, since those are the yearly pivot levels. But we might see this happen since it is Q4. Potentially this is just one big consolidation and this was the bottom, and then we start pushing hard. But it is also very possible that we have topped out right here, which is the scenario which potentially would not be the case, since, as you know, it is very unlikely that price would be topping out during Q4, where Bitcoin tends to be the most bullish. So this is my outlook for Bitcoin. For Ethereum, my price target still remains above 5,000. Basically 5,200 would be the yearly pivot. This will take us around 30% to the upside again. If we look at the ETF inflows, we still see some outflows happening. Fear and Greed Index starting to flip back into that neutral zone. You can see with that small pump that we are having right now, the fear is basically going away. We are starting to get very fast into that neutral zone. Funding rates still negative on some exchanges, but as you know, this is right now very key thing to watch out for, since we are in a range, basically in a sideways range. So this is also very important. We are right now not in a trend. On the daily, basically we want to see, as I have said, a flippening of those moving averages and of the POC. Basically 117, very key level that we want to see Bitcoin take out. We can see right here, potentially we are going to get this CPI data, but I am not so sure if the you can see basically the US government is still shut down, so we might, you can see right here they are delayed for about 9 days. So very interesting what will happen. And I think this covers it for today, guys. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe for my channel, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye.